Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. We're at Talking Stick Resort Arena in downtown Phoenix. Tonight, it's the Phoenix Suns getting set to match up with the Los Angeles Lakers. The Suns win the opening.
Yeah. Here's.
I killed my.
There. Let's go.
Tip. They'll have it first as we get going in the desert. Mikal Bridges to Kelly Oubre.
Third.
Gets it in the left corner. Going to launch beyond the arc. His first effort off the mark.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Booker with it. Down 3. Look out. Devin Booker missed his first. That one goes.
When the ball was in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
LBJ with it to Davis. Got a piece to knock it away.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Oh, man.
And the Lakers able to grab the rebound. Across the timeline comes James. His team up by 1. Off the assist.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Into the front court. It's Booker. He'll run the offense. Count the bucket for 2.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
To Davis. Jay, last year the Lakers 35-47. What impact, obviously, will LeBron James have on this Lakers team and their record?
There's no doubt that I think the Lakers will get over 35 wins. Will they get over 50, though, is the major question. I don't see that happening, considering last year only 2 teams in the West, Golden State and Houston, had over 50 wins.
Now preparing to shoot at the line.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
LeBron James, couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 73%. Knocks down the first. Two for 2 on that trip. Rubio into the front court. They trail by 1. Mikal Bridges. And count the basket.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable. And almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
Oubre to Rubio. Trying to cash in. Deep 2 there. Won't go.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was the shot.
James. Screen coming. LeBron in a matchup with Booker. 4-3. That won't go. To James. Has a look. James shot no good. Booker. Kyle Kuzma sends it away.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Davis. Off the iron. No good. To Mikal Bridges. And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
First one goes down. fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. LeBron into the front court. They're down 3. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Tie ball game so far. Neither one of these teams really able to pull ahead. Might be time to put the bench players in the game and let's see who could differentiate themselves.
Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
That boy's living his best life.
Kyle Kuzma, strong finish.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Suns control the possession.
Yeah.
The pass taken away by the Lakers. To Caldwell Pope. Kentavious Caldwell Pope. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Well, they have such a great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc, and he can't get it to go down. It's no good. To James. It goes down. The maturity of one of the game's greatest on full display.
Yeah, LeBron James still proving that he can get up there with the highest of the high. But still, I love the fact that he recognizes less is more now. LeBron James 2007, every play is a dunk. Now it just happens once in a while. Enjoy the greatness.
LeBron with it up top. Less than a minute to go in a tightly played first quarter. JaVale McGee with a piece.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
To Caldwell Pope. Here's a chance from long range. Kentavious Caldwell Pope. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
And let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
And the basket good at the rim.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
And he buries it.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
Count it.
This game is so mental. Trust me. Some nights you get poor effort defensively. You can't make any shots. Then you see the ball go in. Boom. Switch turned on.
Runner's good there. First quarter's complete. The Lakers have the lead.
Okay. Anyone gets charged again.
Second quarter set to begin. Some impressive shooting numbers. Jay, is that good offense, or is it, dare we say, bad defense?
Yeah, I got to hedge the bet because I got to talk to the defense right now. You have to actually play defense on people to stop people in this league.
Suns with the basketball. Oh, they call the foul, Jay.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Good.
Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Jay, Magic and Kobe each won 5 titles. How are you going to judge LeBron James' legacy in L.A.?
LeBron James wins 1 champion. Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Crawford to Booker. Fires the 3. This guy can beat anyone straight up. Devin Booker, good closeout, still knocks it down.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that. That was nice.
Caldwell Pope. McGee powers it through.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
To Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges with the strong finish.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. to Caldwell Pope. James. Oh, ferocious slam inside.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Caldwell Pope. Rebound Bridges. Crawford. Perfect feed to set up the basket. Now the Lakers going to use a timeout as they'll discuss matters in what's now a three-point game. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. It's James controlling the offense. Oh, the Suns come up with the steal.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Ricky Rubio. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
LeBron James. Huge block. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by LeBron James. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Kyle Kuzma snatching it out of the air. Oh, you've got to get that one to go. To James. Great pass to set it up. Boogie abusing the rim. Big finish.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
A pass stolen by Phoenix. Deep left corner. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Come on. I think so. What the hell? That's wrong. Yeah. What? Good. And I.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. The pass taken away by the Lakers. To James. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
It's not every day that you see a 6'9", 265-pound freight train coming down the lane. You probably want to step out of the way.
Lakers at the controls right now. For three, cleans the offensive glass. Oh, and a putback.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat five. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Easy path to the rim.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Down for McGee. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Count the basket at the rim.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Slam dunk.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Yes,
baby.
and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Free throw good to finish off the three-point play. It's back to a 5-point game. James. To Cousins. Here's LeBron for two. Gets a look. Can't hit.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Slam dunk, DeAndre Ayton. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first three quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Runner's good there.
It's so difficult to block a guy like that with that kind of athleticism and length. Your timing almost has to be perfect, but pretty much there's no stopping him when he's around the rim.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
The free throw, perfect. And the lead is up to 7. That misses with 2 seconds to go. Third quarter comes to an end. The fourth quarter on the way. The Lakers have the lead. It'll be Suns basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. And things went off the rails for them a bit in that third quarter as they watched their lead completely evaporate.
And then some. Now they find themselves behind.
To Davis. Kyle Kuzma. Message received. Well defended. To Mikal Bridges. Great dish to set it up. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
And ISO basketball is becoming a thing of the past. Team basketball is back. And if you have that personnel with the versatility plus the mindset, game over.
Yes, and a foul. They'll have a chance at a three-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
The free throw, good. Finishes off the three-point play. And we're tied up here in the fourth quarter. James to Davis. Stuffs it down with authority. Who compares to AD offensively?
We would be doing a disservice if we compared AD just to one player. He's an amalgamation. Think about Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Marcus Camby. Throw them all into a blender, you get Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis, 4 out of 7.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
To Mikal Bridges from long range. Mikal Bridges forced that one. Well defended.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Nice finish at the rim.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
Time to shuffle things up.
So nice.
To Danny Green. Got it.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Knocked loose. Mikal Bridges with the strong finish.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
To Kyle Kuzma. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic,
Sign
me up.
Sure did.
Substitution being made in this one.
He did. Step down.
Phoenix with it. He wants it at the rim and scores.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
To Cousins. And scores. Strong take.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size. But in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Layup goes down. Well done.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Oh, see.
Ricky Rubio. He's got 2 shots coming. A career 83% free throw shooter. First one, counted. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. To Danny Green. And the bucket's good for DeMarcus.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
It's Suns ball. Jamal Crawford. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
Look at that. Calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move, though.
To Cousins. And he drains it.
Woo! Did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
LeBron James able to recover with the block.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in the absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
To Cousins. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
DeMarcus Cousins trying to cash in on a 3-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Free throw is good. It's a 3-point play, and that just might put this game out of reach. Here's Rubio into the front court. He'll run the offense. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Ricky Rubio at the line for a chance at a three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throw good to cap off the three-point play. That cuts it to a 7-point game. To Cousins. And he scores. They took a big step, but they'll count the bucket.
Stepping east, then stepping west, and laying the ball right down the line.
Covering all areas of the map. Add 2 points to the board.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
It's James. Shakes free and hits.
Man, you making people dance out there? I see you with the footwork.
To Booker. Beyond the arc for three. No good. That's great defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
To Booker. Just off the mark.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Kuzma to Cousins. Lays it up and in.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Almost. Unlucky bounce. Fires the three. Danny Green can't get down to go. Defense all over him. The Lakers get the victory as they win this one handily. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Well, state. What is that?
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Lakers won this game after a close finish. I could get into detail about their play calling and shot selection, but let's be honest. We all know that the dunks were the most exciting. I'd be surprised if the rim isn't a little bit bent at this point. The Suns lost a tight one today, and you can see the disappointment. While they did put together quite a highlight reel of dunks in this matchup, they did not put together a win. As we all know, style points never show up on the scoreboard. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Phoenix Suns.
Game drive. Assists.
You can tell both of these teams feel very comfortable in their offensive systems. There was plenty of great playmaking in this contest.
Player of the game.
LeBron James wasn't satisfied with just getting steals. He had to insist on getting a bunch of blocks as well. Now that's what I call defense. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining.
You guys, make sure that like, subscribe button, and welcome to Big Gamer.